And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy final Wednesday of September, which is just nuts. Happy final Wednesday before 3D Printopia for everybody that's going. I have mentioned it a couple times, but I will be there. I land Friday night very, very late. I think it's like 11:15 local time, so I probably won't get to the area or hotel till after midnight. So I think I will probably check in and knock out because Saturday and Sunday will be full days, but I am very excited. It'll be my first time. I've never gone to Earth before. I know it's renamed now to 3D Printopia, but I have never been. So I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. I've never been to Maryland before, so it's gonna be a really fun time. And anyone that sees me, I'll be hanging out at Fabrico booth for at least half the day, Saturday and Sunday. So if you don't see me roaming around, then check out the Fabrico booth, stop by, say hello, and I will be happy to talk any and all things 3D printing or other things, whatever we want to talk about. I'm as squirrely in person as I am in live stream. So great to see you out and about at a show. Yeah, I love going to shows. They're always like, it's a major, because I'm so used to just being in my little studio and isolated, it's always like a huge, what's the word? Like sensory overload for me. But it's so fun. Every time I go, like I always meet really awesome people, new projects. Like it always feels good to go out and see what everyone's up to, and it's a really awesome time. Peter, thank you so much for renewing your membership and also for the gifted memberships. We definitely are we'll do an air horn, and feeling a little squirrely this morning. I had some chai tea, so we'll play that here. Who else is here today? Let's see. Phil's in the house, nice and early. Amar, Halloween time soon, I know. Jackson, actually, we took him to a costume store or whatever and let him pick out what he wanted to be, and he picked Paw Patrol, the firefighter. I think it's a Dalmatian. So it has this little firefighter hat with like built-in dog ears. It's freaking adorable. So we're pretty excited. Hey Nomads, yes, time for some fun. Jason's here. Let's see, Zero G or Dutch Dude. Sweeham's here, RS is here, Crow Guy's here, GP's is in the house, Jeff's here, Hobo Banana. I hope everyone is doing fantastic. Look at the love. Yeah, thank you very, very much. Jesus, welcome. So we are going to try to dive into things fairly quickly today. Erin got called into work early, so she has to leave here by 2:30, which means I have a 2 o'clock cutoff. So we have exactly 3 hours, which means I have to try to keep squirreliness to a minimum. So we are building finally the Positron 3.2. This is the LDO kit, so this is a completely separate build, starting anew from the self-source one that we attempted, that it still needs to be wrapped up. So I am very excited for this and cannot wait to get it up and going. So game plan is we'll kind of do a very quick overview of what the kit comes with. I know quite a few others have already built one of these on stream, so I won't go through every detail, but we'll at least do an overview and then we'll get right into it. I think the first step, according to the documentation, is the extruder. So that's kind of the game plan. And I'm also excited to show you some parts. So let's take a quick look at a few of the things that I did here. So all of the printed parts are in this beautiful cookie CAD. It is, I don't even know the name of it. It's unicorn something. I put a link in the description for anyone that's interested, but it's basically this sort of, I don't want to call it rainbow, but gradient style color, like purples and blues. So it's going to look really, really nice. I ended up reprinting out all the parts. I wasn't very happy with the initial quality that I was getting. On the X1 Carbon actually, which is weird because I've printed so much ABS on it and it's been beautiful, but we have a pretty big upgrade video coming. If anybody hasn't seen, I turned the X1 Carbon into a basketball, but I have a pretty big X1 Carbon mod upgrade video coming out that's a bunch of different products, some stuff from Big Tree Tech. We've installed the newest BL LED controller. We've got the Diamondback hot end. We've got a G11 build plate. So I've been playing around and upgrading this, and I upgraded the extruder gears to the, I think they're CNC gears from BQ or Big Tree Tech. And when I opened up the extruder, there was actually a bunch of buildup around the feeder gear. And so I am speculating the reason why I was having issues was because of all that filament buildup. So I ended up swapping things out to the P1S downstairs as I was working on upgrading this, and all the parts turned out substantially better. I also dried this filament pretty heavily. I normally don't have to dry ABS, but Zombie and a few others had mentioned that this filament seems like it prefers to be dried, and so I did throw it in the poly dryer overnight, and that does seem to have helped things out a bit. So Steve's here, nice and early. How's it going, Steve? I get to see Steve in a couple days. I'm really excited too. Let's see, who's all here? Another Steve, Steve, Da Finch. So yeah, and then the other thing I'm very excited about is for the panels, I laser cut out the panels. So this is a dual colored acrylic that I got in, and I went with, it's like a pastel mint that I think will look really nice on top of this. So I did a couple of things here. I went ahead and modified the CAD ever so slightly because there's like a slight, I don't think it's a chamfer, I think it's no, it is a chamfer, a slight chamfer. So I removed the chamfer for the sake of laser cutting. And then the other thing I'm super excited about that I did was, so this is the first one where there's basically like a 0.5 millimeter in the CAD inlay. So that way when you put the, oh, where are you? I know I threw you back in here somewhere. Here we go. When you put the LED cover, it just gives it a nice little recess to kind of slot into. So I played around with the laser for a while to see if I can get settings dialed in, and I cut out another one. And this one, I was actually able to create that inlay. It's a little bit rough, but it'll serve its purpose, which is basically to give us a footprint for this to go into where we can add a little bit of glue. So yeah, very excited. I did check with Nomads because this is slightly thicker. I think it's 1/8 inch, which I think is like 3.1 something millimeters. And I believe the printed part's only like 2 or 2.5, but we should have plenty of clearance. So I am very, very excited to use these printed parts on the top panel for it. So it's going to be a very pretty build, one that I am, again, very excited about. So let me put the laser cut pieces away so I don't scratch them up. And then let's take a look at what we've all got here. Hey, Rob. Pew, pew. Hey, Zombie. How are you doing, Zombie? Did you get all the stuff you needed to get done for this weekend? I know you've been, feel like, working around the clock. Okay, so we've got our checklist, which basically just has a list of all the items included with this kit. I don't see any sign off from them actually. Check. Andrew, thank you very much for the $10 for the I've Got Earth Topia FOMO Fund. Well, I will have a tasty beverage at some point this weekend in your honor, man. And I will be at other events, so I'm sure I will see you next year at either going with Lightburn for work or, you know, going on my own to something. So I wish you could make it, but I totally understand life. Life happens, so I get, you know, there's a lot of events. So finishing Makerchip Plinko. Oh my god, that sounds fun. So this kit comes with a really legit briefcase. Like I want one of these for everything now. Like I went to a card shop this weekend. Everyone that watches the stream pretty much knows I've been a huge Pokemon nerd for like my whole life. Well, I only got into Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit as a kid, but I recently picked it up and I've been trying to learn how to play the card game, which is really complicated. But I went to a card shop this weekend while Aaron was out of town, and now I want something like this for my deck. It's probably a little overkill compared to my little deck holder, but this is pretty freaking cool. About to pick my case. Nice. Hey, Alan's here. Everyone calm down. We'll call off the search party. Pelly cases are great. Yeah, this is gorgeous. So let's go ahead and... Okay, there's a button. You have to push the button and then it opens. We've got nice foam on top. This is the most legit case I've ever seen. So we've got our bed. I don't know how much of this stuff I really want to take out. Like, I mean, we'll look at it, but I'll probably put it right back in. So we've got our bed, which is a heated bed. It is a glass bed, and Nomads can probably tell me. I don't actually know the name of the technology that like allows this to work basically, but the heating strips are along the edges, and then we've got, I believe that must be our thermistor just right here on the glass. So it's super cool. I'll get you our supplier. Perfect. It's ITO, indium tin oxide. That's the name of it. Would rather be planning to go to Earth instead of prepping for, oh gosh, are you in Florida? Yeah, I was just looking in Fabrico's Discord to see if there's any updates from them because they're also out of Florida, and it seems like everything's okay, but I know a lot of, like Delmar, I haven't seen him in chat. I hope he's okay. I know he's in Florida as well, and Aaron's in Florida, so I'm hoping everyone's okay. But yeah, from what I saw this morning, it looks like things are getting like really serious, so. It's not heating strips, just conductor. Okay, conductors. Would rather be Tampa, gotcha. Yeah, from what I saw, I think it's supposed to touch down west coast of Florida, or the west side of Florida. So we have got our screen here, which based off of what I just saw on the back, looks like it has its own MCU. Yeah, so there is, oh, interesting. So this actually is rocking a Pi module. I don't see the name of it. Is it a CM4, do we know? I could probably check on that checklist I just put away, but so yeah, this actually is the brains of our build, and it definitely is its own MCU then. There's no HDMI. We've got a micro SD card port. Let me zoom in a little bit here. And then we've got a USB-C, which I am going to assume is, this is the official okay. And this is what's going to allow us to connect it to our controller itself with all of our printer hookups and such. So it's got a nice beefy heatsink on it. Didn't we already do a Positron? Not complaining. Yeah, so the other one was the Journey Maker, which is a like community-based mod that's self-sourced, and this is the official 3.2 LDO kit. So there's going to be definite similarities, but there will also be differences. I know there's quite a bit of machined parts in this, and it will be a different experience. We still need to finish the Journey Maker in due time, but yeah. So this is going to be, I don't know if I even want to take all this out right now, but this is our aluminum parts. So anodized black aluminum looks really pretty, which LDO does anodizing very nicely. So we got one piece. We've got, I'm assuming this, oh, this actually is carbon fiber. I thought, interesting. I thought this was maybe just a coating, but this looks like it's CNC carbon fiber. So that's really pretty. Wait a minute. So this comes with panels? These carbon fiber panels look freaking sweet. Well, I think we're gonna still go with, that's funny, they did the same thing. They used a CNC machine, which would have been better, but I'm testing out a laser cutter, and I felt like this is something I can do on a laser as well. It's real carbon fiber, yeah, I told you. I forgot that you'd said that. So it looks like I did a pretty good job of getting the CAD. It looks like mine's a little bit longer on one side, but I pulled it directly from the CAD, so fingers crossed it's gonna fit. I pretty much used up all the acrylic sheet, and it wasn't cheap. For a single acrylic sheet, it was like 20 bucks, and then shipping was like 15, so hopefully we can use these, but that's cool. So if you don't want to cut panels or print panels, you've got carbon fiber included. And heck, it's nice to have, options are always good, right? So if we want to, we can swap that out, but we've got that. We've got, I think this is, maybe that's part of our Z, or is this might be our light. What is this? This looks like maybe it's for our LED. Please remove the film. Or is it an actual LED? I don't know what this is, but it looks reflective, and I think it might have something to do with the LED. And this is going to be our little piece of, so this is definitely our LED. This is our diffuser. So this is going to pop into this guy, which will then attach to our top panel. So I'm very excited. Diffuser. Those are light bars or diffusers. Okay. They're easy to print as well. So we've got our diffuser, we've got our top panels, which it's funny. I must have misunderstood you, and you said that they were included, but I still think it's cool to have the ability to laser cut out your own. Oh, these are pretty. Next up, we've got another plate of. Oh, this is another part that I actually laser cut. So I might use my laser cut pieces just to be different. But these are all anodized CNC parts, which look really, really nice. We'll leave them here for right now, just so I don't lose them. And then we've got yet another, holy crap, there's actually, how deep is this? Okay, this is the final one. So this has more CNC parts, a lot of custom CNC parts. We've got set screws with pre-applied thread locker. We've got, so this looks like our hot end which let's take a quick look at this. This is the custom Fadis hot end. What's all this down here? Another CNC part. This must be the base plate itself. Wrong way. Do it, be different. Yeah, I will. I feel like that's a big part of the fun of this, is sort of putting your own flavor. I mean, really any build, right? Like any build that you're doing, oh, this looks really good. This is a different form of anodizing that I'm used to. So like, this is sort of the typical anodizing I'm used to, which is like this, come on, sort of like black, shiny, reflective, which is really nice. But this almost has like a pattern texture to it. It's really, really nice. What kit number are you? Last 4 digits of your serial. Wait, where's that information? Is that on that paper that I don't know what kit number I am. Oh wait, it says on, nope, I don't know. So yeah, this is a gorgeous looking, oh, kit number 0067. I'm 006. Oh, I'm 2 away from, dang, it would have been funny if it was 0069. But I'll take 67. That's a good, that's a good one. Yeah, so we are going to take a quick look at the hot end, at least the body of it. Place this back in here. We've got some tape. I know, so close. 2 away. Okay, so we've got some tiny little mounting screws. Oh, the hot end looks really cool. Yeah, we'll open this up, take a quick look. I would have loved to have been 66. Yeah, what a nutty looking hot end. So the heatsink itself reminds me of like your traditional Ender 3 style, but majorly beefed up. It's a lot beefier. Looks like there's a solid block on top and solid block on the bottom. And then you have your fins. And then it looks like it's probably a bimetal heat break. And then just a nutty, can I take this off? I'm scared here. Let's take this off. This is our little silicone sock. Look at this thing. So a right angle hot end, which is just bananas. Super cool. So I am looking forward to playing around with this. And it seems like it's quite capable. I know that Nomads just did, okay, I don't remember the direction this was on a second ago. Nomads just did a, maybe I'll figure this out later. This seems to be the right way. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to put it back on later. But Nomads just did like what was a 2.4 orifice nozzle from Slice that you threw on yours. It looks like the standard is a probably 0.4. It looks like it's a 0.4 plated copper probably nozzle, which is I think the standard that comes with the Dragonfly, and it's a really solid. It's a really solid nozzle. I'm gonna move this over here. It's a solid nozzle. So I've had very good experience with Fadis hot ends in general. Hey Dan, Yoel. Hey Daniel. Meltsun looks decent size. Yeah, yep. And then we've got also, this is using an external power supply, which I am a fan of. So this is a 24 volt, 8.33 amp, 200 watt power supply. So looking good there. I think that's what we'll look at. Yeah, that's pretty much everything in here for right now. So let's throw this back on. I feel like I might need, I think the other case in here might be for the extruder parts, so I might need to take that out in just a second, but let's do a quick look. We've got our fastener box. So all of our labeled fasteners. I didn't print out a screw organizer for this, so we'll see how that goes. If I need one, I will definitely do that. We've got a little kind of multi-tool wrench here for, I'm thinking maybe the nozzle, but it looks like quite a few things we'll probably use this for, given that it has so many different sizes on it. We've got a little bit of Bowden tubing for our Bowden extruder. TJ, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Let's do a Hadouken for TJ. Thank you. We've got zip ties for cable management, which is always nice. We've got, looks like our feet, some tiny little rubber feet for this. Another PTFE tube. Maybe this is for, I don't know what this is for. Maybe this is for the hot end? Could this be for the hot, or you know what? Maybe this goes on the other side of the extruder just to help guide it into the extruder. That's very possible. We have got 2 thumb screws. The tiny one isn't, okay, not used anymore. All right. We've got some tools here. Cool, nice little driver. That's kind of neat. I might actually use that. So we've got a little, ooh, I could always use another 1.5mm driver. I usually use my Fabrico one, which is nice, but it's harder to get into tight spaces. So that's kind of cool to have a smaller one. So got a 1.5mm driver. We've got a tiny flathead and a couple, it looks like a 2 and a 2.5mm Allen key. So we've got some tools there. Hey, Steve. We have our heat insert tools. So if you don't have a heat insert tool, then you've got these for your soldering iron, which I will say I've used a standard soldering iron tip for most of my life, and it's worked fine, but it is really nice having a tool specifically for it. Got some silicone strips. We've got a zip tie holder, a spring, looks like some standoffs, a very large spring. I don't know, I have no idea what this is for, but we'll find out. Motor plate standoffs. These are, they feel like they're metal parts, so maybe some more CNC parts. Hey, nurse. Oops, I just dropped something. Let's not lose things before we started. Oh, we dropped our balls. So we got 2 slots. Of course I dropped that one. We dropped our 6mm steel ball bearings and then more springs. We got quite a few springs. I think 3 different sizes of springs in here. I imagine one's for the extruder, but I honestly, offhand right now, can't tell you what the other ones are going to be used for, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. We'll leave the fasteners out because we'll very likely need those right away. Perfect timing. Oh, nice. Your kit is on the way. Awesome. Hey, Dark Third, just got in. Have I missed anything going? Oh, you have, geez, you have little faith in me. No booms so far. We've got our extruder motor, which is of course, LDO. It's got a little positron etching in there, and this is a 1.8 degree 36mm. Specifically, it's a 36 STH20 104AHG. I don't know, does anybody know what the parentheses stands for on this? Because this is the exact same motor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This looks like the exact same motor that I just used in my Cyclops build, and I think it's the same exact model number, but the parentheses was different on there. So I don't know if that means like it's specifically, like this is one built specifically for Positron and it has just something to do with like the branding on it, or if it's something else, but I don't know what the parentheses stands for on the motors. Joseph, thank you very much for the $5. Just bought a Prusa MK4S. Nice. Have you done any testing with it? I have not. So I have a Mark IV, which I would show you, but it's literally like right here on this desk that we just finished the MMU3 build on, and I'm still rocking the Mark IV aspect of it. I don't have any complaints with the machine. I've primarily used it to crank out all of the, let's see if I go standard, soft mobile, here we go. All of these brackets for the shelf were printed in PETG, and Prusa printers in general, I mean, at the factory, they're printing a lot of PETG, so they do a great job of that. So I printed all the parts out in PETG for that, which is, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 32, 48 PETG parts, and then a couple other odds and ends here. I do plan on upgrading it to the 4S. We are actually, I'm gonna completely print out all the parts in the pop pink and neon green. We're building a watermelon Prusa. So whenever that happens, I will also order the 4S upgrade kit. So the only thing is, because I have the MMU, I won't be able to use their high flow nozzle because it's not compatible. Basically just the way the tip forms, the splitting into 3 just doesn't work with that. But I do think that at the very least, the added cooling seems really nice. What were the upgrades? There's added cooling. There's a Was it NFC reader? I can't remember. It's been a little bit since I've actually looked at it, but I think you're going to be really happy with it. Everyone I know that's gotten one seems to really like it, and the overhangs and bridging seem to do fantastic, which is something that I feel like a lot of printers sort of do an okay job with, but not a fantastic job. So I think you'll be happy with it. But no, I haven't specifically, long story short, I haven't specifically tested out the 4S version yet. Finally got time to finish my Trident 350. Nice. How's it been going for you? The sleeve is for the extruder. It's the same as the standard orbiter. Also, check my previous message, just a friendly reminder. Remember, this is, oh, batch 1. You don't have a Z end stop, which is now a required part that's included in batch 2 forward. Gotcha. Is that something you think I should self-source? I know Steve had like 4 parts he recommended I upgrade that were related to Z, and they're actually on the printer downstairs. So once we get to the Z assembly, I'll end up getting those. Hey, Iconic. Just got my stealth press in the mail. I'm gonna be building it at, over the weekend. Nice. Yeah, the stealth press is really nice. Like I mentioned, I had no issues doing these by hand, but once you have a dedicated tool for it, it just, one, it's fun to use, and I feel like that, like, fun has to count for something, right? Like, we do this because it's fun and rewarding, but I've been really happy with the stealth press. Did you go with the full size, or I know that Iconic has the, I don't know the name of it, but it's like the smaller variant of it. Self-source them, their standard Omron switches, same thing Voron uses. I might have some Omron switches somewhere then. I just need to remember to do that, so hopefully I can remember. Does anyone know a good mount for Revo Roto on Trident? Revo Roto. I think Steve made a Revo Roto mount for the stealth burner, so I would look at that. Okay, let's get back to this. So, motors. We've got, oh, there's, interesting. So there's 2. One must be for Z then. So I'm assuming this is extruder. LDO. Okay, yep. So PV3, so it's Positron version 3 extruder. Okay, so it's just a specific for them, I guess, for maybe their packaging. So Positron version 3 extruder, and this is Positron version 3Z. So we've got our Z, but it looks like other than that, 36TH20, 104, yeah, they're the same motor, just a different sleeving, and distance is slightly different on the wiring, so. And then we've got our 2 motors, which I have to think are probably the exact same. These are larger motors. These are NEMA 17s. Super slim HT, which I'm assuming means high temp. A motor, B motor, 1.8 degree, and then yeah, it's got the similar, you know, Positron branding on here. A little custom touch for the kit, which is always, it's always nice, the little details. So let's, I think we're going to be building the extruder, so I will try to get ahead of the curve here and leave the extruder motor out. Close this up. We've got some silica, which, can I make in the trash? Yes, I did. Put these here. Okay. Oh, these are neat. These are just your little like labels, basically. So when you put the motor on, you can, I don't know how well you can see that, but it says A, B, and I'm assuming, A, B, it's all of them. So that way you can easily identify, if you can't see the back of the motor, which wire you have, so you know what you're plugging it into. Hey, Nice is here. How's it going? Let me have a sip of water. I am thirsty. Nice, full size, planning on putting the parts in clear ABS just for the lulz. Clear ABS is underrated. It's a pretty cool, because ABS isn't, like the raw pellets aren't clear. They're like sort of a smoky, hazy tint to them. So it's kind of cool. I think that's what Adam over at Vector 3D used for his like rep wrap renewed build that he did. Oh, nice, extruder kit. So we will leave that out. So this is, what is this? Motion. So we've got extruder stuff in here. We've got a Z drive kit. We've got, I hear Jackson. We've got some 605ZZs. We've got the ittiest bittiest belt, super thin belt. I'm assuming this is what, is this 3 mil? Yeah, 3 millimeter. So 2GT 3 millimeter belt. We've got a Z sliding idler block. This is another metal part, or I'm assuming CNC part. And then we've got a larger 6mm belt. So I'm going to assume the 6mm. I cannot talk today. I think I had chai tea, which has caffeine in it, and so I think I'm just spazzing a little harder than normal. I haven't drinking energy drinks in probably a year now, and so like any caffeine just, man. So yeah, I'm assuming this is for our Z axis, and then the rest of the thinner belt will be for our AB, motion. So let's throw all this back in here. We'll leave out the extruder stuff. Nice! Oh my gosh, 28 months, man. That is crazy. Thank you so much. Print sorters, you'll need them. Okay, maybe I will. I've got, I think I have, because I transferred a lot of my screws into, what are they called? Oh, somebody help me here. Zach Friedman. Why can't I think of what they're called right now? Gridfinity. Gridfinity. I've transferred most of my screws into Gridfinity, and so I think I have empty bins. I just need to probably peel the labels off of them and then put them back in there. Okay. Next, we've got linear rails, which I will very likely, I don't think we'll actually need these today. I don't know how far we'll get. It's already 30 minutes in and I have a hard cutoff of 2.5 hours, but I will very likely do the cleaning and greasing of these off stream. Unless I don't get the chance to, then we'll have to do it together. But we've done it so many times that it's just kind of like, it just adds time to the stream. And I feel like you've seen it once, you've seen it twice. How many times do you want to watch me grease some rails? But yeah, this is a very beefy block. And we probably have a small one. So I think that the biggest one is going to be for our Z, because the rail acts like a bit of stabilization for our entire Z axis. And then we've got our medium-sized one, which will be for, I think this is our Y. Yeah, so Y, Z, and then the smaller one is going to be our X direction. So very cool. It's weird only having 3 linear rails. Every build lately, is like 5, 6 linear rails. So at least this will be a quick greasing. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Nadir. In 2.5, you can get multiple assemblies done. I know we say that, but it's me, right? Like the guy that gets derailed by everything. So, and then we've got our electronics, which we will take a second to look at. It's super cool that this has such a custom board. So this is really neat, and I know a lot of you have probably seen it, but so look at this. Custom board made for the footprint and geometry of the Positron. So it's got that sort of triangular shape to it. We've got, oh yeah, this is our neopixels that will basically go up to our diffuser and will shine through our top of the plate, which I'm a sucker for LEDs. I remember when I saw Nomads at Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Fest and I saw the LED kind of glowing up and lighting colors. It's the little things, but man, like it adds cool points. If you disagree, then you're wrong. I feel very strongly about it, but yeah, so this has all of our connections. It looks like we've got some jumper pins here. I'm assuming this is, yeah, our ground and 24 volts in. The MCU is a, what are we? I see a Raspberry Pi. Is it a RP? Is it RP2040? It says RP262. But we've got, what else we got? We got Ethernet. Lisa, thank you for 27 months. Caress that like button. But yes, if you have not smacked the like button, please do. 34 likes, 90 people. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. Yeah, so we've got Ethernet option. We've got two, what are these connections for? These are pretty beefy connections. I don't think it's USB. You know what? This might be bed. Something tells me this is bed power and this is thermistor, and this might be the same for the hot end. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We've got our USB-C, we've got some replaceable fuses, we got some hard buttons on here, a boot button and a reset button, another replaceable fuse. So yeah, really, really excited to use a custom board. It's an LDO Positron mainboard Rev 1.1. So very, very cool. Caress. Yes, caress the like button. Let's melt the like button. You can melt it or caress it. We don't, you know, whatever floats your boat. We've got a toolhead PCB, which is also very cool. Can I get it out of this small bag? Well, there we go. So yeah, toolhead PCB. So I'm assuming is it USB communication or is it, it might just be, no, it is USB communication. Yeah, so this is also probably the same chip. I can't read it. RP, it's a Raspberry Pi. I'm assuming it's an RP2040 of sorts, but we've got our chip on the back of it, then our USB connection. This looks like the same connection that's on the Nighthawk boards. And then we have got our thermistor, our power for our hot end, and then I'm assuming both fans, unless it's one's a hot end fan and part cooling. Yeah, hot end fan, part cooling fan, heater cartridge, and then thermistor. So, and then it's also got a couple of boot and reset boards on here. So I'm assuming that's for flashing firmware. I don't know if we actually need to do that. I kind of think it might be pre-flashed. Love the bubblegum color theme for the parts, my favorite combo. Yeah, ever since I saw, it was Alan Mandick that used this for his V0 build that he did. There's a lot of custom boards. We'll run through these really quickly. His V0 build, I have been really wanting to get my hands on it, and it was sold out at Rocky Mountain Rep Rat Fest by the time I got to their booth. So I got an email that KB3D had gotten a stock of Cookie Cat in, so I actually ended up ordering 2 rolls because when I had issues with some of the initial printing, I was like, I might need a backup, but I didn't. So PV3 switch PCB. So this looks like 24 volt in, 24 volt out, and then some LED connections. I'm not exactly sure what this board is for. A 24 volt switch of sorts? Switch PCB. Huh, we'll see. Yeah, another little custom board. This is a fairly simple board. Hey, PF's here. How's it going, PF? I will see you in a couple days. And then we've got a bed breakout board. Lots of boards. PSU stand-in. Okay. It is a PSU stand-in board. I discovered the Dark Magic ABS from Cookie. Oh yeah, I've got, I have a roll of Dark Magic over here as well. I bought both of the ABSs that they had. I don't know what I'm gonna use the other one for, but I just needed both. So this one looks like, again, I don't know. This looks like the same connection, so I don't know if also it's USB communication or if this is just passing heat and thermistor, but this is our sort of quick connect and quick disconnect from our board. So the board has a tab that will push into here, which will, basically pass electricity through it so we can heat and read our temperature. And then it makes it where you can easily disconnect the board just by pulling it out. So that's what this is. This looks familiar enough to what I used on the other build. It's different, but I at least know what this is. We have got fans. So we've got, it looks like 4 fans. So I'm gonna assume heatsink fan, layer cooling fan, and then maybe 2 that are just for the electronics bay to help move some air. I know there's vents down there, so I'm gonna guess that's likely what that is. We've got some silicone thermal pads, which if I had to guess are probably gonna go between the motor and the shell on the bottom. I could be wrong, but that's my assumption. Dinner time. Hey, enjoy your dinner, Delmar. Nope, not Delmar. Nice. We've got some cables, really pretty looking cables. This one just has like your standard silicone sleeving on it. This one has a mesh sleeving on it. We've got our USB-C cable. We've got a micro SD card, which I'm thankful for because I always lose my micro SD cards, or I only have really cheap ones that are not, just not reliable. So it comes with it looks like SanDisk 32 gigabyte. So decent size micro SD card, plenty large for what we'll need. We've got this looks like a heating element. This looks very similar to what's on the Bamboo Lab machine. So I don't know if this is this potentially a spare for the hot end? But yeah, this definitely looks like a heating, based off the size, looks like it would go from the hot end to that breakout board. Speaking of the Cookie Cat, has anyone used their TPU? I don't think anyone other than them have used it. I know Mandic just got a care package, it looks like, from them that has it. Front LED PCB, so more LEDs, thank you very much. I'm not gonna take this one out. Just basically a tiny little board with some wires coming off it. It looks like two neopixels on here. Hey, Delmar's here. Similar to the Rapido 2. Did the hot end have any electronics? Yeah, it did. So it looks like I was correct. So it's a spare. Oh, can we focus? So you can see it actually right there. So it's a spare heating element. Man, things going on my throat. We have, what is this? Push switch. I don't know what's the push switch used. Oh, is this just a power button? Power on off maybe? This looks like it goes to the this looks like it connects to the 24 volt in. So I'm going to assume this is probably our switch to power it on or off. I'm squirrely majorly today. That's fine. I'm glad you're here. Are you doing okay? As far as the hurricane rate that's coming in? And then I won't take this out, I guess, but DC jack. So I'm assuming power supply will go into this will go into that board, and the board has the push switch, and then 24 volts gets fed from that to our main custom board. That's very likely our path of travel. So that's everything, and then we've also got some thermal heatsink compound as well. So we will hold on to this for when we need it. Check the heater before installing. Check the heater before installing. You mean just connect it to the board, or just connect it to 24 volts and see if it gets warm? I'm fine. We'll be driving tonight on the other coast. Okay. Man, I hope you guys are able to avoid anything sketchy. Yeah, I saw this morning just updates on, and it does not look good. Okay, let's take a quick look here. So I've got a couple of tabs pulled up. I've got the Positron official website, which has a bunch of links. I can't talk today. Links to different things. So sourcing, documentation, and the Discord community really looks nice. And then, cool, Twitter feed. We've got the instruction guide, the LDO 3.2 specific variant. Check the one on the hot end to make sure it isn't broken or cracked. Oh, you mean just visually inspect it? It looks fine. It looks good. It's Florida. Everyone and everything is sketchy. I know some awesome people that live in Florida, so I think it's not entirely true. And then I've got also KB3D's link just up. They have both the Cookie Cat filament as well as the, do they have it on the front page still? That looks, oh, in-house manufacturing. I think they're probably on pre-order, if I had to guess, for the batch 3, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, they're ready to ship. So they've actually got stock, it looks like. Wait. Yeah. Cool, okay, so there is actually units available. So here's our guide. It looks like similar to the other Positron build that we did. It's kind of gonna be piecemeal, so extruder, then Z-column, kind of every part gets built separately, and then the very end is kind of putting all the pieces together. So we're just gonna jump right in to the extruder. This guide walks you through the assembly of the Bowden extruder for the Positron 3.2. We recommend checking the wiki during the whole build as there may be helpful information. Okay, so we want to... Do we want 2 tabs? This doesn't look like we're probably gonna need it. Run PID. Once you finish the build, hot tighten your nozzle, calibrate Z, manually your bed, run pitch. Yeah, I think we're fine. So we'll probably go with here. Printed parts. So I have not separated anything. Batch 2 got a different holder. What part of it? The hot end? I did hear that batch 1 had some issues with something on the Fadus hot end. They're telling us to expect anywhere from 10 to 20. Oh my gosh. As it leaves Florida and heads into Georgia. I am flying into Georgia. I just realized that. I don't know if it'll still be an issue. I leave Friday afternoon. I don't know how long nutty weather like this sticks around. But yeah, I'm flying into Georgia on Friday. So I'm gonna hope for the best. Okay, let me see if I can find. I believe this is part of our tool. This is extruder, right? So this isn't actually. This looks like an extruder part. This looks like an extruder part. Maybe? I don't know. Why don't I see this exact parts? This is like a half. This is a tool head part. I should have separated some of these parts out. Ah, this looks right. Yeah, okay. So we've got, let me grab all the pieces. So we've got one part. We've got this part. This is that's a little part. So this looks like just a tiny circle. This looks like this part. And this one looks like a cable link attachment, which looks like this part right here. Okay, preparation, install inserts. Okay, so one insert there, 3 inserts there. Okay, so let's do some heat inserts then. Let's see, the worst of it's supposed to hit Thursday and Friday. Man, I am curious to see what happens with my flight then. I leave here, I think I leave here at 2 p.m. So I won't get there until, I think it's a 4-hour flight, 2-hour time change. So I'll probably get there on 8 p.m. in Georgia. And I think I'm in Georgia for 45 minutes. And then I catch my next flight from Atlanta to Baltimore. So I'm gonna hope for the best. I didn't even think of that. Hey, hon. Erin just got back last night. She went to California to visit her family and took Jackson. Okay, so these are all extruder parts, but they are not the heat sink or the heat insert. So those look like they are in this primary bag. Love the colors on those parts. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna argue this is probably gonna be the prettiest build I've done. I really like the gradient color scheme. All right, so we want, I think, small inserts. It says M3 by 6 by 5. No, these are the longer ones. M3 by 6 by 5. Oh, okay, so we need both actually. Okay, and then let's make sure I've got the. Yeah, it looks like I've got the correct insert on here. Stealth press activated. You know what I do need? Where did I put? I don't know where. You know what? 1 second. I usually use my iPad or Mac. Oh, it's on the ground. I'm a goofball. It's right here. Oh. Things are always right staring me in the face, even when I can't find them. Okay. Plugging this in. Move you guys down just a little bit. Oh, I'm on autofocus. That's why it's not listening to me. Manual focus. Boom. All right, cool. So let's get this heated up. It's hard for me to reach this button with my thumb, so I will press there. Okay, temp is heating. All right, so we are using a big, install an M3 by 6 by 5 into the printed guidler, and then 2.5 inserts into the other one. Okay. So this is M3. M3 by 6 by 5. So I actually need M2.5 inserts, which I don't know if we'll be able to use. I think Jackson's coming up for a visit. I hear Delilah getting upset, which makes me think that Jackson's approaching. Here we go, M2 by 5. So I don't know if these will work with this insert. I don't know if I have a 2.5. Okay, let's start with what we can do. Is it Jackson? Oh, what's up, bud? Jackson's here. What is that? Oh, you found your car, baby? You want to say hi to everybody? Okay. Oh. Oh. Show him your car. Show him. What is it, baby? Oh, the buttons? No, no buttons right now. You got a hair on your nose, kiddo. There it is. Can you show him your car? Show him your car, baby. You want the buttons? Okay, I'll let you push. I'll let you push like just a couple buttons. Dad's got the hot iron on, so you can't go over there.
Oh my goodness. Yay!
Oh, you changed the camera. Yeah, you changed the camera. Now they can't see you anymore, baby. You like the buttons? That's sound effects. There you go. Try some sound effects, baby. Press the squirrel one. There you go.
Yeah, I really like the transition on color.
Yeah, they're really nice, right? Jackson's spamming squirrel sounds. You hear that? Is that a squirrel? That's Daddy. Huh? That's Daddy. Why don't you try a different one? Try a different one. Try like that one. No, try, yeah, a little bit higher. One up. There you go. Woohoo! Woohoo! There you go, baby. Here, let's go back to this one. Yeah, I know you like the buttons. Maybe when you're a little older, you'll get a Stream Deck, huh? He says, for my second birthday, I just want a Stream Deck. Huh? Can you say hi, baby? Daddy's got to get going pretty soon. He's got to work on this heat insert because Mommy's got to go to work early today. Hey, that's my microphone. I love you. You got to go downstairs to hang out with Mommy, okay? Okay, can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. That's the Iron Baby. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
He got his police car.
Yeah, he did.
All right. All right, let's do, he's gonna gift, he's gonna hit the gift everyone. Oh, we need to gift subs. I just realized nobody's reminded me. I need to gift subs. How do I do that? How do I do that? Close, gift, membership, gifting. Gift 5. It's just not in my memory. How long has the X1C been orange? It's been orange for like 5 days, so you haven't seen it on stream yet. There'll be a video. I'm not gonna do a video this week because of 3D Printopia, and it's a pretty long video with a lot of different things going on, but we will certainly have a video on it. Okay, so M3 by 6 by 5. I'm curious again how I'm gonna do the smaller heat inserts. I will figure that out in a couple seconds here. Let's go ahead and get this installed. Right, we are going in like that. I just realized I don't have the iron very hot on here. It's only 280. Okay, we've got our, oh, you can't see that. We've got our one in. Yeah, he is getting very, very big. He's running around and yelling. His favorite word, and the main word he says is mama a lot. He says dada. He did right now when he opened the door. He said dada. But he says mama a lot. But it's kind of funny because although he just is pretty much saying mama, like he's saying so much more when he says mama. Like based off of his mood, you know, like it's like a happy mama or like a very upset mama. YouTube says engineers are working on it. I can't do anything right now. My gifted membership is just black and buffering. Been that way for a week. Huh. Is this one of the batch 2? I think that Nomad says it's batch 1. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use just my regular soldering iron with the pointy tip for this, because I don't have like a standard soldering iron up here that I can use the attachments on, and hopefully this will work out okay. So I'm just gonna use my Pine-Sol. I'm gonna heat this up. This one's gonna be higher, and these are smaller inserts, so it should go very quickly. And then we are going in, it looks like, is this the right part? This looks slightly warped, not really. No, it's probably fine. This part looks quite different than what I'm seeing here. Oh, PF! Thank you very much, man, for the $20 donation. I appreciate it. Let's do air horn, peers, and squirrel all around for PF. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Like I said, everybody that sees me, even if I feel like everyone's always told me like I walk like I'm like on a mission. It's just me. So even if that looks like the case, just stop me. And also, you're probably gonna have to say like, you know, hey, it's me, it's PF or it's RS or something like that. I don't know anyone's like names, and even sometimes when someone tells me their screen name, I don't get it for a little bit. It has to like, because it's the combination of the name with the icon that I'm like, my brain registers it. So but yeah, anyone that sees me, just stop me. Please, I promise it won't be, I will not be bothered, and I'm probably not on a mission. It's just my face and me when I'm walking. So Nomads, if you're here, the question I've got for you is, this part looks different than what I'm seeing in the guide. So this looks to be the correct part, but on mine I've got one small hole that looks like it's just like M3 size, and 2 that I can see inserts going into. But when we look at the actual guide on screen, this part shows a lot more holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've only got a total of 3. So I'm assuming the part's just changed, and now it only needs 2 heat inserts, but I just want to make sure I didn't do something wrong. Regular soldering iron tip like a Neanderthal. Hey man, this is how I've gotten through this far. Hey Benny. Hey hybrids. I'll be there early on Friday. Southwest changed my booking. I'll wandering the airport. Oh man. Yeah, I don't get there till Friday night at I think 11:15 local time. Thanks for the membership. Believe it or not, my actual name, Steve Knobs. That makes it easy. I think it's just those 3. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna do inserts in the 2 that looks like there should be inserts and hope that that's correct. So let's take out Jackson's screaming. He has started screaming and it is not fun. I said Erin went on a trip to California and she said, Jackson, oh, this is not even the right tip. Man, this is why we're gonna, this is why we're just getting through one piece today, I think, because it's me, and although I can stream and kind of multitask, I don't do it very efficiently. Don't fall, I dropped it. All right, let's not burn our carpet. Jackson's sad boy. Wrong side? Are you sure the guide shows them going in from the bottom? So things have definitely changed then. Yeah, this shows 3 going in from the bottom. So you're saying 2 from the top? If that's the case, I think that the image probably has got to get updated. Grab the other part. Is this not the right, this isn't the right piece then? I don't know that I have another piece that looks like this, Nomad.
Here's
Yeah,
some money for caffeinated beverages.
I'm not seeing, there's two that are very similar but different. Okay, I'll keep looking then. Peter, thank you very much for the 5, I think, pounds, right? 5 pounds, here's some money for caffeinated beverages. Gosh, yeah, I will try not to have any until probably the very end flight. Are you sure, Nomads? I don't see anything else that looks... Okay, let's do this. Let's go to LDO Positron 3.2 GitHub. So I can see, this is where I printed. So I went to printed parts and CAD models. I went to current release printed parts and then extruder. So we've got 4 parts. So it's not that part. This is the part that I printed. Let me scroll down. Yeah, it only has 3 holes in the bottom. And then the other ones I don't think look similar. Yes, there's the cable chain looking part that I do have. And then I have this, which is definitely not the right part. So it has to be this part. The bottom needs those inserts, something got flipped. So is this part incorrect, or is it now only needing 2 inserts and then just the 1 through hole? Because you've got, this is the part, so like this is what I have in front of me. 2 spots that look like they can take inserts and then 1 that doesn't. But then when I go to the official guide, it's got, you know, 3 and 3, it's got 6 holes. So it looks like half the holes. Oh, you're saying, okay, so I don't need heat inserts anymore then. It looks like that's what happened then. They removed the heat inserts. No inserts on those wing points. Yeah, because if I'm looking, so right now the holes that I have here are this hole, and this hole. There's no longer heat insert spots. So just to show it again from this side, it looks like in that diagram, these are the 3 holes that would have heat inserts on the back, but there's no longer places for inserts for them. So it looks like, based off the size of them, that maybe it's just self-tapping. Underside doesn't have it, so there's no insert here, no insert here, and no insert here. Okay, so just continue without. Oh, we didn't need this. We didn't need the pine seal then. I would see, I don't know if you have access to this guide or if it's LDO, but I would update that then. Thank you for help. Yeah, no worries. Self-tapping now, I'll let LDO. Cool, perfect. Yep, sounds good. All right, so now we need extruder parts, and this looks very familiar. This looks just like the Cyclops extruder I just built. So we've got our, basically our orbiter shaft. So orbiter shaft, and then our flanged bearing, which is gonna be, let's see, it's an MRF 14MR. Okay, so this is the flanged one. Yep, flanged bearing. I totally missed it again myself, and yes, it's LDO. It has, okay, cool. Yep. I keep dropping the damn thing. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something I printed wrong, or maybe a slice closed off a hole or something like that. Okay, so flange is going in first. It's usually a pretty tight fit. Yep, there we go. And then we are going through this piece. I assume this just press fits probably. Yep. Snaps into place, nice tight fit. And then we have got our gear. I might turn on autofocus while I'm moving around a bit. There we go. Extruded versus Z-drive. Okay, and then set screws, I already have Loctite on them, which is always really nice. And we want it looks like, so the teeth of the mesh are going in first, like that. And then I'm gonna place the set screw and tighten it just so that way it can't rotate off of the, just so it can't rotate off the flat portion of the shaft. And then where is the tool? I would like to use that small driver for this. Would that Cyclops extruder work on the Ender 2 V3 or having issues, but I'd like to mod? So the Cyclops body itself would. The biggest issue is that the mounting points on it are designed to be drop-in for the K1, so they're on the side. So you would either want to modify, I think it's open source, so I assume there's a step file somewhere. So you either want to modify it to move the mounting points or design something that will allow you to use those side mounting points. Okay, so going on here, you know what I should do? I'm gonna put the set screw on before just so that way I don't have it spinning on me. Okay, there we go. There we go. Nope, we're still spinning. Okay. So now this can still slide up and down, so we have the ability to adjust it, but it cannot pivot off of that flat portion of the shaft, which is what we want. It's pretty much how I always like to set up the extruder gears. All right, insert the shaft. Oh, so there is more images. So bearing could have snapped into the part first, but I got it to work fine. Okay, final step is to place the other bearing on the very end. Place the primary gear, install an M3 set screw to the shaft. The screw should be pre-applied with thread locker. Pay attention to the top of the shaft. The bearing should be flush. So I wonder if we're supposed to... I'm not going to fully seat it yet. Since it's a Bowden extruder, it should be pretty easy to access it to make sure we have it set correctly. But it looks like as long as this bearing is flush with the surface of the shaft, we probably could tighten it right now. So this bearing, this is our non-flanged bearing. It's just going to pop on like that. And it says it wants it to be flush, but right now it has the ability to move, so I'm not gonna worry about perfectly aligning it. I asked LDO to update, awesome. Okay, so there's that. Actually, I'll ask you, Nomads, should I, as long as I have the, as long as I have that bearing basically flat up against the surface of the shaft, should I just fully tighten down the set screw on this bearing, or should I leave it loose for right now and then use some filament later to align it? Gonna be a silent observer rest of the stream. Oh no, last night my son is taking it hard. Gonna play some Lego Star Wars with him. I'm really sorry to hear that, Ken. I appreciate you even hanging out here, and I hope that you're able to spend some time with your son and, you know, that things get better, but I'm really sorry for your loss. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Not yet, the bearing goes a bit further. Okay, I will not do anything with it then yet. Okay, so now we are going to, it says combine the extruder motor plate and the main body. So we are just going to set this on top of this part. So it looks like that bearing just wants to fall right off. I'm assuming this isn't going to hold it in place either, is it? No. So I don't know how much it matters right now, but we'll just basically get this situated kind of like that. All right. Oops, you can't see what I just did. All I did was basically push this piece on top here, and then it looks like we're going to use some screws to attach these two pieces together. So cover the main body with the bottom plate and secure it with M2.5. by 18 screws. So these are going to be 3 screws, and if I'd just gone further, we would have seen that they self-tapped. So 2.5 by 18 button heads. And are these going to be here in the extruder kit? Or are they going to be elsewhere? These are M3. I'm going to throw out, like, we use this planetary gear. It doesn't look like they are in the extruder bag. The only M2.5s I see are... Yeah, so I think this is probably going to be in our fastener kit. And these are 2.5 by 18s. So let's pull everything out. 2.5 14s. We're looking for button heads. These are flat heads. These are M3. M3. These are too small. These are too small. M3 12s. M3, no, M2.5 by 18. M3 by 25s. M3 by 20s. 2.5 by 10s. It's gonna be the last thing that I find. Watch. 2 by 4 T-nuts. M3 by 12s. Those are too small. These are standoffs. No. M2.5 by 20s. 2.5 by 6s. Huh. I don't see these screws. M3s. We have M2.5 by 10s. Maybe it's a typo? Could it be a typo perhaps? I'm wondering. So it looks like we need the top plate to go in here. Like this. No, it probably needs to be 18s. Can a positron be built as a direct drive? I don't see how that's possible. I don't think there's enough depth. I've got M2.5 by 10s. The concern I have, though, is if this is going to go... Oh, wait. No, that should work, right? I was thinking it needed to go through the entire part, but it just needs to go into here. So, yeah, we'll go with the M2.5 by 10s. That seems like the best bet, and that feels like that's probably... Yeah, yep. What I am going to do, though, is just take this and clean out these holes a little bit. Okay. Let's zoom out just a hair. Seems to be working. I'll add this to the list. Yeah. I mean, it's a small detail, but usually with these builds and these kits, I try to follow them exactly. So if a screw size is incorrect, I could see how someone building it also would think that, like, hey, there's a missing piece or whatever. So if it's changed now and all you need is... So I imagine that because, well, I don't know actually, but I'm just thinking if there were heat inserts, then I could see how you would need an M2.5 by, what did I just say? 18, because you'd have to get all the way through the part. But because it's fully self-tapped now, it seems probably overkill. And I would assume that these M310s are going to be more than sufficient.
if I can align this last one. It's always the last one that gets me. There we go. And since we're going into plastic here, I am just going to hand tighten. I would highly recommend anyone, even if you have a nice set of drivers, to just use this small. I mean, this isn't a not, this is a nice driver compared to what any kit I've ever gotten comes with. But just for something like this where you're self-tapping, it just should help in preventing over tightening. There's a tiny gap still between these two pieces, but I'm not gonna bolt it down any further. That seems good. That seems good. Okay. So we are still spinning. Everything seems fine. I somehow always get support calls set during your stream. I hope I didn't miss much. No, I don't think so. We basically just looked at everything. And then one of the parts got updated. So just the guide picture threw me off a little bit, but nothing major. Oops, what did I just click on an ad? Okay, so that's that. I assume we're gonna probably at some point bolt these. Right now, these bottom two pieces are just kind of just like friction fit together. So I'm assuming we're gonna pass something through here. Oh, you know what? This is probably gonna go directly into the motor. That's very likely what these are gonna be for. So let's see. So next we need, let's get all these pieces. Okay, so yeah, this other one doesn't have a set screw, which makes sense because it's the free spinning one. So they do include an extra set screw, which is not a bad thing. They're small enough that it's something pretty easy to drop. And then we've got a, there we go. Speaking of the drop. So this is just going to get pressed inside here like so, just pretty loose fit. So we'll just keep that like that. And then we've got our, this locking piece, which this locking piece has some teeth on it, so that it should help grip into the part. So we're going to take this piece and we are going to make sure that we align it the correct way. So that goes in there, and then, yeah. So basically where this slit is where we want the filament path to be. So it needs to go in like this. And then we are going to, it looks like, feed it from one of the sides has a chamfer on it, and it looks like we want the teeth of this to be the last thing to go in. So we'll push this in like that. And that seems pretty good. I might use this to just try to push it a hair bit further in. Yep, and we are free spinning, so. All right, we've got that done. Check the filament path, use a piece of filament to check if the holes and the primary line up. Okay, so I will cut off a piece of filament. Just do some white PLA. All right. So this is saying basically to take the main body and feed filament I don't think this is going to do much yet, unless we're going to be tightening the set screw. So yeah, this looks like... It looks like the... Is the bearing going to go a little bit off the shaft? Because it kind of looks like that's what it's going to need. So right now, if we look at this, it's kind of tough to see, but the teeth are, like, in this direction, the teeth are definitely more to the right. No Playmaker giveaway. Yeah, there absolutely will be a Playmaker giveaway. We're going to open it in 40 minutes. So I would say... Well, it's also tricky because this opening does have a bit of slop to it, depending on how I feed the filament in. So I would think, let's see, use a piece of filament, check the holes of primary gear. Can I tighten it once I have the other? Can I tighten it once I have the other, the arm attached, or no? Do I need to tighten it now? Because to me, based off what I'm seeing here, and again, this filament piece is not perfectly straight, as we can see, but I would say that this gear needs to come down. It doesn't seem to want to go down further. Let's see. I think we're just going to go for it. And if I need to, I will adjust it at a later date. I think it wouldn't be that difficult to make an adjustment. So let me, because you can spin it, you can tighten it later. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just going to see if I put a little bit of force. Yeah, it doesn't really want to slide down further than that. It does seem like it wants to go a couple millimeters. Like a couple millimeters further out seems like it would be the correct distance. Oh, you know what? I see what's happening. This bearing isn't fully seated. That's what's happening. It's sort of at an angle. Can I get this in there? Yeah, the issue I'm running into, let's see. I'm gonna try to grab, let me just grab a big driver. But that seems to be the issue, is that this bearing is not, there we go. Okay, bearing snapped into place. That should give me the distance I was looking for. At least something seemed off. Yeah, that is looking much better. Okay, so it was just a matter of the that bearing. It slots, like it snaps into place on the bottom there. Just got here. What did I miss? Not a whole lot. We're just working on the extruder. Just working on the extruder, really. I'm glad I discovered that though, because that would have caused issues. The bearing was not. There we go. That is much better. Yeah. I feel a lot more confident in this now. Where's our set screw? There it is. Okay, that feels a hell of a lot better. Verify it one more time. Yep, I'm feeling pretty good about that. So we can still adjust it later if need be, but that feels like a much better, it's not tightened down there, much better starting point. There's one other bearing like that on the Z drive, and it's about to block the filament path, and he's about to. Yep. So this looks good now. I don't know why we're not focusing. There we go. Hey, Queasy. Happy Wednesday. Awesome. Man of the Croc, 7 freaking months. This is until printing stream, right? Extra bat? Wait, what? This is until printing stream, right? Extra bat. Oh, you're saying today. No, it's gonna be a short stream. I only have an hour and 30 minutes left. Erin got called into work early. Normally she starts 2 hours later. Basically they requested if she can come in earlier. So yeah, I've got to end it at 2 today. So won't be a real long stream, unfortunately. Okay, so now we're gonna grab this piece, and it looks like we're going to just, let me back off a little bit here. Okay, and we're gonna take this, it looks like with the heat insert facing outward, it's going to drop in like that. Why do we keep, what the hell is going on here? All right, I tap focus, maybe that'll help. Position the guide in the main body, secure with M325. Tap directly into this hole. Okay, so M325 is the first thing we need. M320s. M325. I like to just send it. I mean, sometimes I will as well. If I hadn't seen that bearing, I would have just said, ah, it's good enough for now. And we would have figured it out later. Oops. But yeah, when I was looking further in there, I'm like, something just doesn't seem right. Okay, so this is going in, it looks like the, there's 2 holes side by side here, and it's going in the farthest away from us. And this is an M325, so this does seem correct. This is going to be a 2. Looks like we got it in the right spot. Also, in 15 minutes, roughly, someone remind me to give away more gifted memberships. I've got 5 more, and this will be the last stream of the month, and I don't want to let them go to waste. Okay, so this is just tapping into plastic, so I think we can go a little bit more. Maybe we don't want to go more than that. It looks like we have a little bit of room to go more, but I don't want to strip this. Yeah, I think that's as far as it's going. So, okay, we got that one in. And next we want a M2.5 by 18. Tap directly into the hole. Okay, M2.5 by 18. Didn't we just say we don't have M2.5 by 18s? We only had M2.5 by 10s. Also, I'm a little confused here. Wait, where is this? Okay, so this is going up top. So I'm gonna assume we're gonna use an M2.5 by 10 here as well, probably. It's basically gonna connect these 2 pieces together. Yeah, use a 10. Okay, cool. Yeah, we've got 1 more of them, so we'll use that. Dang, the whole table is shaking right now. They're paving the road in between our neighborhood and the next neighborhood behind us. And they've got these massive, I don't know what they're called, but like basically the big work vehicles have the huge roller on them that kind of compacts everything. Okay, so that is still free spinning, but I don't want to tighten it down anymore. So I think that's going to be, about as tight as we're getting it. But this is spinning nicely. That's free spinning. The guide is slightly outdated, so we'll be fixing it. Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right, screws in. Next, we are going to be installing our boating coupler, which we do have. Nero had his street redone. Oh, that's right. When is it? So basically our neighborhood is it's a newer neighborhood and it's just our street. And there's a much bigger community like right behind us. And so we have paved road, like a paved sidewalk that's in between our neighborhoods, but there's this gap area of just dirt. And since we get, you know, quite a bit of the elements here during wintertime, it gets really muddy. So walking sucks. And so yeah, they're going to be, is this not, it feels like they should probably go in all the way. There we go. I got it in. Well, the good news is that part is not going to pop out. It sticks out a tad. Okay. Well, I got it pretty dang flush, man. Yeah, I got it pretty flush, so that ain't going nowhere. Cool. And then this does swivel, which is what we want to be able to pivot it. So it'd be nice to get the guide updated with the batch 2 kits inbound. Yeah, I agree. It's a very adorable extruder, and I love this whole orbiter planetary gear system. I'm a big fan of. It's just proven itself to be very reliable to me. So okay, next up we are going to use one of our springs. So we're going to get our big old, this looks like our M330 thumb screw, and the spring, which is right here. Modbot, kids these days, first they get their teeth done, and now the whole street. What a world, yeah. Try the filament path through the back. Okay. Oh. Filament path through the back, you're saying. So I am taking it that this is the back. Well, let me not tension. Oop. Oh, I see. 1 second here. So the filament actually go. Am I wrong? So the filament is running into. Oh, come on. The filament needs to pass through here, doesn't it? Because that seems tricky. That seems tricky. Unless this is, if this is at an angle. No, that's tricky. Did this get installed incorrectly? Go on the other. Okay, other hole. So it wants to pop out. It wants to pop out through here. If I turn it the other way, is that? I am assuming that's not how it's supposed to go. Oh, this is how it's supposed to go? I thought it was supposed to come out of this hole. Yeah, if that's what it's supposed to come out of, then it's a smooth shot. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was like, that is pretty offset to the, yeah, this is great then. Yeah, we are smooth. It is weird. If you hadn't been here to say that, I would have thought something was wrong. Okay, so we've got our thumb screw, we've got our spring, and oh, it looks like there's supposed to be, it looks like there's a tiny little washer somewhere. Is there a washer? There's no washer there. There's no washer there. I don't see a washer in these bags. They're on these on the ground to get them out of the way. We got our gearbox cover. I don't think there's a washer. yeah, I don't see a washer up here. Do we need a washer? Would you buy a K1C or a P1P for printing ABS and AC? I would buy a P1. Oh wait, P1P? Well, I would get a P1S. A P1P, you're not going to be able to do ABS and ASA very well without the enclosure. But I would definitely get a P1S over a K1C. Yeah, I'm just looking in this part. Usually there's some kind of like a nylon or metal spacer here, which I do see in this image, but there is not one. Oops, I think I went back too far. There's not one in these bags. It doesn't, oh, it does say shim washer 3x6 by 0.5. Let's see if there's one somewhere else in this kit, because I feel like there could be. I would like to have one. Generally there's one used there. Let's see. Oh no. Let's see, M3x6 by 0.5, is that what I said? M3, yeah. So they're just in a different baggie. They just sent me the updated part. Okay. I'm just gonna steal one from this other batch. I assume 25 or 26 probably has an extra. If not, I mean, I guess I can source before then, but and so we are going from the opposite side. So I've just got the screw with the little shim and the spring. We are going. There's a little bit of plastic that got into there, so I'm gonna have a little bit of a I'm gonna have a bit of a thread lock without intentionally wanting it, but I think it'll be okay. I have no idea how tight this needs to be, so we're just gonna leave it at that. It's only a couple of screws in, but the spring tension feels quite substantial. You know what we can do? We can get that piece of filament. Where did you go? There you are. We can get the filament and pass it through and out there. And I do see, let me try one more time. There's no teeth marks on this side. Yeah, we've got teeth marks, so that's plenty tight. I might even back off a turn. So yeah, we'll leave it like that for now. I can always adjust it later, but if it's leaving teeth impressions, then I would say it's got a good enough bite, because we just want a really light impression. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave that like that for now. And then, like I said, it's something, I mean, we could adjust that later. If I take it all the way out, I could probably clear out the little bit of filament, but it's just a teeny tiny bit. Secure the end stop to the printed part using 2M2. So the end stop is something from, yeah, is the end stop something from then the updated batch, is what you're saying, Nomads? This is a batch 2 thing. There's no end stop for this. Okay, let me, give me 2 seconds here. I'm just gonna really quickly grab my parts bin. I very well may have. I just don't know if I have, I don't know if I have the ones that have the arm on them. All the limit switches I have might be, yeah, I've got plenty of the limit switches. They just don't have an arm on them. Will it work without the arm? I think that's all I've got, because that's what, for clicky is what I'd ordered it for. I don't know how the part looks that hits this. So if we don't need the arm, I've got, it's fine if you don't have an arm. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these for, can we focus? No, of course, why would we focus? Autofocus, autofocus. There we go.
Yeah, I've got these. Are you gonna get the new 2D printer? I have the new 2D printer. So yeah, I am. I've had it actually for a little bit, but it's still in its box. My plan is to get it out before I leave and start a print, because I would like to have a video out on it sometime in October. But it's probably gonna end up being pretty late in October. All right, so it looks like if we have it down like this. So the only issue is, I'm just looking right now, I don't have, these holes look kind of smaller, but Peter, wow, thank you very much for 5 more memberships, man. Cheers to you. Thank you, Peter. What I was gonna say is I don't have wires soldered to it right now, and I'm assuming it's gonna make it difficult to solder wires once I have this installed without melting plastic. So do you think it's a better call just to not install it right now? Because if that's the case, I'll just end up ordering one of the correct switches that has the arm, and I'll solder the wires and install it after the fact. I'm assuming it won't be an issue to add on later. From what I've seen, the new 2D has tons of VFA issues and a really bad bed. Also, the lower X bearing is glued in. Huh, interesting. I've watched 2 videos. I watched Loyal's video on it, which I normally don't watch videos on things I'm gonna review, but I just was curious. And then I watched the one that had issues, and it seemed like most of the issues, minus the bearing, had been corrected with a firmware update. So I don't know. I'm hoping for positive. I mean, that's always how I am with printer testing, but we'll see. Okay, so we're skipping the end stop assembly. Oh, we're done. Really? What about the motor? Huh. Okay. Well, we did finish that before the stream ended, so that was. What about the planetary gears and all that? Oh, okay. All right. Motor comes later. Sweet. So, yeah, the things that we'll still have to install later then are the gearbox, which is just the orbiter gearbox. We've got our 3, I think they're Delrin gears with the bearings that'll go inside of them. And yeah, so cool. We're done with the extruder assembly for now, at least. And I would say it went pretty smooth. So spinning nicely. Should be a good extruder. Well, then if that's the case, let's move on to the Z column. I know that Steve had some parts for this. I think it was related to tensioning. So I wonder if I should run down and grab those really quick. I think I might. Yeah, let me run down and grab the parts off the plate. I'll be right back. Give me like, I don't know, a minute. Okay. So here's the parts from Steve. I'm back. No, you didn't miss a draw. We're gonna open it up in 16 minutes, so you are still nice and early. So yeah, these are the parts that Steve had sent over to me that he had slightly modified. I don't exactly know. This one looks like it's a belt attachment point. I think this is a tensioner arm. I don't really know. He gave me some details, but if I see parts that look similar, I'll just use Steve's in its place. So let's grab the parts for this. Also, let me do a giveaway. Care stream. Steve did it, so it's good. Yeah, when Steve says, "Hey, I've got some parts for you that'll make things a bit easier," I'm like, "All right, Steve, you had me at you had me at hey." Let's do gifted memberships. Okay, last 5 that I've got for the month. Here we go.
There we go. Okay, let's get these pieces. Where is our Z topper? That is a very simple. Is this it? Oops. I don't think this is it. No, this is not it. Some of the parts, like, you should be able to find very easily, and of course I'm not. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next one is a really small flat piece. Here's that one. Okay, small flat piece. Small flat piece. Okay, so this next piece, this looks like one of the pieces that Steve gave me. So yeah, instead of having a sharp angle on the belts, it basically, the main difference is it has a curved, kind of more natural path for the belt to go. So we'll use that in that one's place. This, I think, is a tool. Edge connector alignment tool. I'm gonna assume this is probably it. It looks like the part was maybe slightly updated as well, but I think this is gonna be our edge connector piece, or our alignment jig. What else do we have? So we've got an arm, which the arm looks like what Steve made as well, so we'll go with Steve's version of that. I think Steve also gave me a part that looks like this. Maybe he didn't on this one. I'm gonna really quickly read the name of the part Steve sent me. Steve. Okay. So he gave me a Z tension arm, a Z pivot, and a Z stop. Tension arm, pivot, and stop. Z tension arm. Nice! Thank you, man. Memberships have been going nuts today. Thank you so much, Nice. Let's see. Nice is gonna get a Hadouken, and then you had dinner, so I won't. Yeah, I'll be air horn. Thank you, Nice. Okay, so Z tension arm, Z tension pivot, and Z tension stop. Okay, I don't exactly know right now. So we do need, it looks like, some rail alignment stuff. So I've got one there. Wait, did I print out two of Steve's parts? Okay, now I'm confused. This other part looks exactly like Steve's. Did I print out two of Steve's, or is one slightly different? These look identical. I'm gonna read really quickly one more time what Steve sent me for that part. Let's see. Okay, Positron Z parts. This part is the Z belt holder. Okay. Maybe I just printed out two of Steve's parts, or maybe Steve's part was added officially. I can't tell a difference between these two. We'll go with the one that's got like gradient color going on. Okay, we need one more alignment. That bamboo is a Prusa wannabe. It's a basketball. It's like faux leather, and so if you look at it closely, it has a pattern. And every time I look at it, I'm like, it's a basketball. And so yeah, it's actually funny. I went with Prusa PETG for the riser. I was like, whatever. We're gonna make it go. Oops. We're gonna make it look that way. Okay, so what are we missing? We're still missing the Z top stopper, which I find odd. This piece looks like the other part that we need. Nope. This looks like the correct piece. I wonder if this is another case of it not being updated. So this looks like, the only difference between this piece and the one I'm seeing on screen is that this one has zip tie slots, what I'm thinking are zip tie slots that go on the sides as well as the middle. And then this one just has them on the side, but I'm assuming it's the same part and it's probably another case of it just needing to be updated. This little guy, I need to find. Okay, I did find this. I found the Z topper. So we just need one more piece now. It's just this little guy right here. Let me open this up really quickly so I can get a, yeah, it's literally just a tiny little, oh wow, it is real small. That's probably why I wasn't seeing it. Like, I mean, pinky for scale. Can we do pinky for scale? Nope, it's real small, so, okay. That should be everything we need. Did you see the Micro Center is now selling Ender 3s for $50? I did see that. If I was close to a Micro Center, I feel like I'd get one for either like upgrading to the EDM wire kit or a the Ender NG upgrade or something like that. It will. I need a D brand skin for my pot. Yeah, it's a I'm gonna do a video on like all the mods I did, but it's basically a BQ upgrade for it. So I upgraded the door to their acrylic or polycarbonate panel. It's got new lights up here, new extruder, new hot end, new bed, filtration system. It's fully wrapped. It's getting the new fan housing. It's had quite a bit of stuff done to it. So it's gonna be like a collaborative X1 carbon mod upgrade video. I have mixed feelings about this. I tried my best. You still have to like cut the top. It's kind of to size, but still requires some modifications, which requires some printed parts. The cut came out okay, not super clean. And it also covers the screw holes for these side panels, and we just had to replace the bed cable, and so I don't know how I would ever do that now without peeling it off or like cutting a janky hole around it. So I have mixed feels about it. Like it's neat if you want to customize the look of your printer, but as far as practicality, I don't know how practical it is. It's not very practical. So all right, nope, that's not right. We want this. So we've got one heat insert. Looks like that's all we need is one heat insert. So let's do this really quick. Also 8 minutes and I will be opening up the Polymaker filament giveaway. So if I do not do so in 8 minutes, please yell at me. This is an M3 by 4 by 5. M3 by 4 by 5, that is the longer ones. If you need a reason to build the Core XY Ender, price ain't it. Yeah, I do plan on building one. I just don't know exactly when at this point. Let's heat this up. Delilah, can you stop licking your paws? Hey, Delilah, please stop licking your paws. Okay, oops, the wire in my way, here we go. And we are in. All right, that went in nicely. Let's unplug you. I did 2 of the Core XY conversions a little late. How's it going? Hey Joss, or is it Joss? Joe's. Hey Joe's. They do decent. Oh, you did the Core XY, the NG already? But not the new one, right? You did the, because I think the new one just released. How was the build process? Okay, let's see. Cool. Assembling the Z joint plate. Oh, this looks like a CNC part. So we are gonna have to get into our briefcase. And we are gonna pull out what looks like this guy. Yes, this is the part. Okay. So we've got our first metal part. And then we are needing machine screws, flathead M318s. It's going to be a bit of a searching for part stream. It'll get better as we get closer to the end. Hex nut M3, we do need that. We also need CNC 6mm idlers. I'll have to locate those. And then machine screws. So flathead 318, 320, 318. Cool, that wasn't too bad. Okay, so last thing we need last thing we need is the 6mm idlers, which may be in motion. I think this is probably it. No, this is all Z drive gear stuff. I feel like this is where it should be. We've got 605 bearings, belts, another aluminum part. Planetary gear drive for the Z. I don't see it in this bag. Huh. Where are you? If anybody knows where it lives. Oh, you know what? It's got to be with all this random stuff that was in here. Feet, standoffs, springs, bearings, balls, strips, more CNC parts, thumb screws. No, I really don't see it. I doubt it's with the motors. Oh, I need to get upgrading parts for the Ender NG. We'll start the build with a scavenger hunt. Yeah, I'm confused as to where the heck those parts are. So I don't. Oh, you know what? Probably flat packed right here. Yeah, here you are. Here you are. It's inside with the. It's inside with all the machine parts. Let's just dump all this in here. And we're looking for 2 without teeth. So I'm gonna assume it's probably these ones. Size on these is 6mm by 10mm. Let's just verify. That is not 6 or 10. This is 8. Unless this is talking about, hold on. No, that's 13. That's 8.6 as well. Okay, they're all 8.6. I'm gonna assume this is probably right. I don't see any other smooth ones that aren't massive. So we're gonna just hope for the best. Hey, Armor! Yeah, we're gonna hope for the best. This is what we're going with. The parts say that it should be 6mm idlers that are 6 by 10, but I'm showing 8.5mm approximately, and the inner lip is 6.5, and the inside is 9.65. So we're gonna roll with these. Giveaway is open. Yeah, I'll open it in 2 minutes. I'll open it right now, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's what we need because there's nothing else, so. Hey, Stuart. Happy Wednesday. Throw all these back in here. Lots of bearings. Okay. Yeah, let me open the giveaway. Can't believe it's already been 2 freaking hours. I don't understand. The streams always go by so fast. Here we go. Thought it was open already. No, I was gonna open it in 1 minute, but we'll do it a minute early because I will. Hey Dan, you ready for tomorrow? I am ready for Friday night. Yeah, I don't know how energized. I'm sure I'll be pumped, man. Usually, even if I'm tired, like once I get around people, it like. I spaz out a little bit, so my only concern is that I'm flying into Georgia, and I was just informed that because of the hurricane coming into Florida, that it's going to affect Georgia, so I'm very curious to see what happens with all that. I'm hoping for the best, but we will see. We will see what happens. Okay, so it says insert two M3. So we're gonna put these through here. Are you ready, Armor? Okay, so these are going into... Well, it's pretty easy to tell. It's the only two that have the recess for them. And then these are gonna slide on top of here. This is gonna slide on top of here. We're gonna have quite a bit of extra screw, it looks like, sticking out. It does say M318s, yeah, so we're doing the right thing. It just looks like, secure the ends, I'm sure to make sure not to over tighten the nylon nuts, as we need to ensure the idler wheels spin freely. Okay. No, I have some stuff to finish up, but I also have oh my god, 3 exams. Good luck, man. Godspeed. I hope you're able to get everything done in time and that you pass your test with flying colors, man. Hey, BBs. It has been a while. I hope you're doing all right. Okay, so we'll probably, I have a feeling that I'm gonna end up having this fall right out. You can't see over my arms, can you? Okay, that one started. Let's get the other one started. And we want to tighten it so it doesn't have wiggle, but that it can still spin freely. That was too tight. That was too tight. Let's back off. Still too tight. That seems like the sweet spot. So yeah, we definitely have some extra screws sticking off the end there. So hopefully it's not an issue when it comes to space here, but I'm gonna hope it's not. The CAD shows that there's no extra distance, so I don't know. We use an M318. I mean, it does seem like these are a little bit shorter than what the CAD calls for. As I mentioned, they're like 8.5 millimeters instead of 10. So I don't know. We're gonna hope for the best. Where's our other? There we go. Okay, so that's fully tightened. So we know we need like a full turn almost. Seems good. One thing that's a little odd is that there's no, like, this is flat up against the CNC plate. I would think there would be a standoff of sorts, right? Like a little shim or something to help them spin. But I don't see. Oh my god. Ah! Well, that makes a lot of sense. I missed the regular hex nuts. Well, at least from building enough printers, I'm like, wait a minute. It's not normal that you have a flat bearing up against a part without some kind of a standoff. So, well, that was a trial run. Hey, John. Why do things once when you can do them twice? Okay. And that will get rid of the extra space on the screw. First mistake of the stream. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. Okay, let's put on, I don't know what's playing right now. Let's put on our boss fight music. Also, giveaway link is open for anyone that just showed up, so get your entry in. We'll do the drawing in 25 minutes. Okay, it's still a little too tight. That feels pretty close to being exactly what we want, but I'm still gonna back off just a hair. Can you hear music? Yeah, you can. Okay, that should be good. Okay, let's redo our second error. Music is fine. Okay, awesome. I've got the air blasting right now, so I can't hear. Ah! Okay, standoff is going on. Oh, come on, buddy. How's everybody's week been? Is everybody ready for October? Weather's finally cooler here. Trees have been changing color. I'm very excited for fall. My biggest sad thing is like, because I got pretty heavily into gardening and my plants and stuff, I'm sad for all the plants that are gonna die. Like the tomato plant and most of the plants I got are like, they'll winter fine. Like the blueberries will be good. The strawberries should be fine. My peppers are gonna go bye-bye, which I'm sad about. But aside from that, I'm also just curious to see how the plants do over winter. We have a couple of potted trees that I planted because I didn't want them to potentially damage the retaining wall with their roots. And so I'm curious to see, like I have a small fig tree. What else do I have? A small fig tree, a plum tree, and cherry tree, and an apricot tree. So I'm hoping that they'll survive. Okay, that's gonna be too tight, I can already tell. Okay, I think we're good. I've been waiting all year for Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is pretty much just a beer festival, right? I'm almost positive. I only know of... I've never been to an Oktoberfest. It's been very hot here until today. You're in California right now, John, right? Aaron was just out there. All right, so for this, the Z latch, we're gonna go with Steve's, and I think Steve's works the same way. I'm gonna really quickly put the camera on me just because I want to read this. Let's see. It's much easier to assemble. To use for the stop, use an M4. Okay, so Steve wants to use an M410 and M40 hex nut for the stop, which is this guy. Okay. And then the pivot arm itself is 2 printed parts. M3 wafer head screw is in the kit. M3 threads directly into the plastic on the pivot piece. Okay, hopefully I figured out. I'm gonna go with this for right now and just see. Okay, so it looks like we're taking the arm and we're gonna drop one of our balls. We're gonna drop one of our balls in here, which sounds weird to say out loud. I am an adult. I am an adult. All right. Yeah, he explained it. I might need to reference it like 1 or 2 or 3 more times. Oh, you're in the Bay Area. It was over. Wow, holy cow. Yeah, we've got today actually supposed to hit 90, which is the hottest day we've had in probably 2 weeks, and then it drops back down to like mid 70s, which is kind of my sweet spot. How do you? I'm assuming this just needs a little bit. Oh no! What have I done? Maybe it just needs a little more oomph. Okay, ball is not moving freely. What did I do wrong? Dear God, ball is not moving freely. Hold on. Ugh. Let's see. Enter into the hole in the lat. Oh, in the lat. Wait. Yeah, I'm confused. I feel like it's supposed to go. It looks like this is the entry point, and then it's supposed to be able to slide back and forth there. But for whatever reasoning, unless this isn't the right ball, 6mm bearing. Nope, we are right on the money at 6mm. The one stalker said, "Walk." I don't know. I might need to hold on. It might just need a little bit of. It might just need a little bit of, like, working in the pocket a little bit. It's starting to move a little bit better. Jeez, throwing screwdrivers around. Here we go. Yeah, so it definitely can move in there. It doesn't like free slide back and forth. Does it need to free slide back and forth, or as long as it can move with pressure, is that fine? Like I can move it with this. I don't really know. Get a bigger hammer. Get a bigger hammer. We are not using hammer. I just gave you my 69th like. Thank you, John. This is kit number 66. I think we were very close to hitting the number that makes everybody here happy. Yeah, I don't know about this part. As far as I know, just to add, it's just to add some tension. There's a spring behind it. Okay, we'll hope for the best then. And then we need a 0.7x5 by 10mm spring. All of our springs were here. 0.7x5 by 10, right? So I just said, yep. Okay. Okay, so 0.7x5 by 10. So it looks like this probably just gets compressed, or maybe this just feeds in like that. Okay. So I just basically push the spring in there, and then we're going to use the plug piece, which I think is that little guy. Yeah, so I think that the plug probably, I think that this is the top, the square piece. And so I'm gonna assume that it just goes in like that. Yeah, so I don't think it needs to be able to move freely. So we've got it basically closed off now. It's nice and flush. If we look at the back side, we can see the spring and the ball is at the very end. So I'm gonna assume that's fine. So we should be good. All right, it shows, oh cool, yeah, that's a neat shot. It shows us the inside of what we're seeing, so. Very nice. Now we've got the Z sliding idler block, which I don't think Steve had any changes on that. So let's see, this is good, this is good. So this is a CNC part, idler block. Where are you? Sliding idler block, CNC, cool. So we've got that right here. Nice little CNC part. Boom. And then, what else do we need? We need a lock nut, which we have out still, M3. We need a regular nut for our standoff, which we have right here. Boom. We need a another one of those 6x10s, which isn't actually 6x10, but as long as they're all the same, I'm assuming we'll be good. It's gonna be this guy right here. And then we need another M318 flathead. Nice, at least we're using the same parts. Okay, boom. So we are doing basically the exact same thing as before. So I'm gonna turn this piece like this, insert screw through the part. Then we're going to thread on our standoff, which is just a regular M3 hex. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, buddy. There we go. Spin around. All right, you're gonna install a tool changer mod. Sean. That would be wild. Positron tool changer. I just want to get this thing printing well, honestly. After the experience that we had with Journeymaker, which I will admit again was partially self-inflicted by deviating from their plans, I just want to get this thing working well. Okay, you go on here, you go on here, like so, and then you go like this, and you go like this. Okay, that's gonna be too tight, so let's do like a full turn. That seems, ooh, yeah, that's a beaut. She's got tiny little bit of wiggle, just teeny tiny little bit. But she spins beautifully, so hopefully we'll be good with that. What did let's see, Positron tool changer one, yeah. Dang, Sony YouTube ads, skip. It's supposed to be one every 30 minutes. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, Jeff, regarding, they changed some stuff recently on streaming, so I don't really know what the deal is. Best laid plans of mice and, are you gonna put a CPAP? No. To be fair, you were right to call out the dodgy power. Yeah, I'm not regretting not deviating from it. I just wish in the end that when we did the motion system, it was smooth. But I've been informed that there's a mod for it that changes out the idlers that I need to do, but with how much extra time went into that build already and like having commitments and schedules of things I've agreed to do, I can only push things so far where I'm like, hey, I've got to move on. So it's still in a drawer over here. It will get finished. We've put too much time into it to not do it. I just don't know when. All right, next up, we have got bed carriage block, CNC part, eh? Where would it be down here? I don't know where that piece is, actually. Oh, this might be it? No, this looks too big. Oh, maybe it's this? Hold on. Oh, dear God. There we go. Yeah, this looks right. Okay, so we've got a printed part, which is our alignment, which needs to be... The image on this looks so different than... This seems like it'll work. Okay, so I popped that in there. Next we need our bed breakout PCB, which should be in our box of electronics. This is Z-carriage PCB. This is just a tiny, wait. Is this it? This kind of looks like it. Yeah, this is definitely it. Okay. So, and now we need, okay, combine the bed carriage block, breakout, and PCB into alignment tool. Use two M2.5 by 6 flatheads. These are going to be itty bitties. M2.5 by 6 flatheads. Also, giveaway link is open. 11 more minutes. Okay, so M2.5 by 6 flatheads. Got it. Yes, yep, yeah, John. It's the cookie cat unicorn stuff. It's pretty. Okay, so it's not truly a flat. Yeah. Do we need this spacer anymore? It seems like... Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. Something's slightly off with this. Okay, we're just gonna tighten things up and see how it goes. Yeah, so I can't actually get this to go in all the way because the jig is hitting the print or hitting the board, so I don't know how helpful this is. I guess it works okay if you don't, as long as you don't press it in all the way. So we are just tightening this down. I don't want to go too tight because we're going into a PCB. And then we have our little spacer, which just goes like this. Cool. So that's kind of neat, just to protect it. But what keeps this in place? Oh, you can install a small piece of tape to keep the PCB straight, so it'll be easier to install. Yeah, because it's going to fall right off without like a piece of tape or something. So, is it going to be visible? I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's just do... I got a little bit of gaffer's tape. Just do a little piece of gaffer's tape. Hopefully the gaffer's tape isn't too thick. I guess that's a concern of mine. That place is for electrical isolation. Okay, cool, not visible. Yeah, so let's get our little piece of hairy tape and just place it. I think I might do one tiny additional piece right here. That should hold it in plenty. Especially if it's not visible, it can't hurt to have a little, just a little bit. Gotta protect our positron. There we go. I use silicone. Oh, yeah, that works too. But yeah, that should be fine. It'll hold it in. Hold it in. It's relatively thin, so cool. I think that's it. We can take this part out. Dear God. There we go. A little tight of a fit. Let's get rid of our hairy tape. Okay, that's fine. We're not gonna spend more time on that. All right, man, we got 36 minutes until we'll have to end the stream. So let's get our next piece going. If we are doing this extrusion, and we are going to preload a bunch of... What printer did you print the parts on? They look really clean. It was the P1S. I did use my own profile. I don't really know what I modified on it. I think I slowed down the outer wall a little bit. It's whatever profile I used when I printed the Mercury 1 parts, which was over a year ago. But thank you though. I printed them a couple of times, the parts, because I just wasn't happy with the initial ones that I had. Load M3 roll-ins. Okay, so we need 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I don't think I'll... Oh, cool. Well, yeah, we're going to space them. Oh, man, we need the rail for this. Well, this might be about as far as we get then, because I wasn't planning on doing the rail. It's going to be pretty close to time once we do the giveaway anyway, so... Oh man, these going really nicely. Anyone that watched the stream I did with the Milo knows that the roll-ins were a nightmare. It was just, tolerances on them were not good, and it was like scraping up the anodization and made it tricky to align. But yeah, these nuts and this extrusion are very simple to adjust, which is a good thing. I'm just roughly placing them now. I'll have to, once I have the linear rail on, I'll have to adjust them a bit more. The dog's in the back like, pause it, pause it. What extrusion is that? Yeah, it's a 3010. Yep. That's for our Z axes. Still not right, but okay. So take out the Z rail real quick. It's gonna be the beefy one, stainless SLRW9C. This is our, right? This has to be it. Yeah. I think I have it the wrong way. I guess what we can do is, I can slide the block off for now. Okay, and place this off to the side and clean that later, and we can still get this installed. I don't have any towels up here right now to clean it. We're just gonna go for it. So put a linear rail on top of the extrusion and align the preloaded nuts with the holes in the rail. The kit comes with greased rails from batch 2. If you have a batch 2, you don't have to do this. So if you find your rails not greased, remember to grease the linear rails beforehand. Use alignment jigs to help you position the linear rail. Install M3/8 socket heads. So M3/8 socket heads. M3/8 socket heads, where are you? This looks like M3/8's, a very common screw. Thumb screw, M6x23. M6x23, probably the ones that were in here. M3x22 now. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure that that's down here. It's monster thumb screw. Huh, it's kind of tough to get out of the cardboard. I'm gonna destroy these nice, beautiful, what I'm assuming were lasered inserts. I need you. There we go. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's this big old screw right here. What kind of rail is that? I don't know. A big rail. The width of it is 18 millimeters. 18 millimeter wide rail. There should be no screw in the first and last hole of the linear rail. Okay, am I safe in assuming that the large hole aligns up here. That has to be right. I've got to think that this goes in through here, which then will go in through there. Yeah, this has to be it. Okay, so we can align the rest of our screws now based off of that. So let's do that really quickly. And we're doing every hole, yeah, that we can, it looks like. Oh. Also, one more time for anyone that's just getting in, the giveaway link is open. We'll be drawing for a spool of Polymaker filament in just a couple of minutes here. Oh, it's time. Yeah, last call. Okay, that should hopefully be enough. Now it looks like everything's decently aligned. Yeah, last call. MGN 19, a big boy. You will use a screw to keep it aligned in a later step. Okay, perfect. Yep, anyone that's, I'm gonna remove the link, so if anyone's filling it out, finish up filling it out. Remove, unpin. How many entries do we have? 86 entries, nice. 87, somebody got in. 30 more seconds. Also, if you have not smacked the like button, please do. I got, looks like 116 people and 81 likes. It takes just a second and it's always appreciated. Definitely, I think it helps. I don't have any data. Just store the screw afterwards. It's just an, okay. Store the long screw, okay. All right, sip of water, then I'll grab everybody's names. $87 is our final count. Ah. This feels like an appropriate song. Like, it feels like you'd be fighting a boss to this song, but it also feels kind of spooky a little bit. So like kind of Halloween-esque, getting ready for October. Like, ring the bell, all the YouTube stuff. If you're having a good time. If you're not, then don't hit the like button, that's fine. If you're having a bad time, don't hit the like button. I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm gonna cover how this goes again. So one, thank you to Polymaker for letting us do these giveaways. I don't know how long it's been now, a year and a half of letting us do a spool of filament giveaway anywhere in the world, which is just incredible. Whoever the winner is, I will reach out to you by end of day today. You'll get an email and you'll just fill out a form. US and Canada gets a gift card. Everywhere else in the world gets to pick between a spool of PLA, PTG, ABS, or ASA. And it doesn't include like a specialty abrasives or anything like that, but it does include a pretty awesome big amount of material. So, and also, if you haven't and you want to try out their filament, there is a link in the description. It does support the channel. It's always appreciated and lets Polymaker know that some people are going their way or checking out their filament through the link, which is definitely not a bad thing. So no obligation, but always appreciated. Also, RH3D, welcome and thank you for renewing your membership. Okay, how many times? I'm having a bad time, but that's because I'm at work. Sorry, Nuno. You gotta keep the lights on, right? It's a necessary. How many times are we shuffling? I don't know. Somebody throw some number out there. How many times are we shuffling? One shuffle for each 10 likes. There's an idea. 1, 6, 3, 4. There's 2 6s, 2 3s, 2 7s. Probably gonna be 6. 7 and 6 are tied. 0. I've never. Well, I did used to not shuffle. I think it was G Funny. It used to be like, we'll do 7. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Good luck, everybody. In 3, 2, 1. Sven, you are our winner. Is this the same Sven that just won? Is this the same Sven that just won like a couple weeks ago? I know there was a Sven that won a few weeks ago that I thought was another Sven, but I'm not sure if this is the same one. I'm curious if it is. If you're in chat, Sven, are you the same Sven that won a few weeks ago? It's odd to me, like, I know that it's all random, but it's just funny to me, like, out of, you know, 86 people, 87 people that stream every single week, how many people are like, I haven't won? And then, it's not just Sven, though. I've seen quite a few people that have won multiple times, so. I don't know if Sven's actually in chat, but anyways, I'm gonna still do air horn, and congratulations, whether you are the same Sven or not, I will send you an email. It is, dude, 2 times in, I think within a 30-day window. I think it was only 3 weeks ago. That's wild. That's great. I mean, very lucky. It's happened before, but it's been a while since there's been like a fairly consistent one. So you've got another spool of filament coming your way, and I will, I'll probably just follow up in the same email chain, but I'll give you like an updated code for this week's win. So congratulations, Sven. Thank you, Polymaker, and we'll do the same thing next week. So if you didn't win today or ever, hopefully you'll get a chance next week. So we've got 25 minutes left. Let's jump back into it and at least get this rail installed on here. Can't be mad I didn't win. I won just yesterday on another YouTuber. Oh, nice. I mean, it is all really just a numbers game. So the more times you enter, you know, eventually, hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In everybody's defense that says that they're very unlucky and never win, I don't think I've ever won a giveaway in my life either. And I've entered into a handful over the years. Not even related to like 3D printing or YouTube. I've won a contest. I've won a couple of contests. I remember my one of my buddies, we're just gonna loosely put these in for now and then we'll get the jigs. I remember one of my buddies had a had like a carnival thing. I think it was at his church when I was a kid, actually. And there was a guess how many M&Ms are in the jar, and I was the closest, and I was really close. So I don't think I won anything that cool. I think it was like a small candle, but it still felt good. it still felt good, you know. It was on 8th of August. Yeah. Okay. Holy cow! It's already been coming up on 2 months. I can't believe it's already been that long since you won. I thought it was just a couple weeks ago. But yeah, that's. I won a total of 4 giveaways in 2+ years of watching streams. Yeah, we've done quite a few. Like, it's been a while since we've done a big celebratory stream, but man, I think that some of my big celebratory streams, we had like 50+ giveaways at one point. So there was a lot of people that won. And I think in that stream, the way I did it was if you won once, you couldn't win again, but you were entered back in for like the grand prize stuff, like the printers or whatever I think they were like LDO kits. Okay, so this is still loose, which is what I want. Let's get our little, well, I guess not so little. Let's get our jigs. Oh, holy crap. These are a little on the tight side. And I'm going to assume this needs to be bottomed out roughly with the extrusion. Oh, you know what? I actually don't know if that's entirely true. I would think what needs to happen is this needs to go through here. So let's do that. Hold on. Oh, dear God. There's a tight fit. So let's make sure that this is aligned, because that seems like that would probably be the most important thing here. And then I'm going to tighten down the center screw. And then we'll just kind of work our way out in both directions. Okay. Yep. All right. You probably already answered. Are you going? I am going to Earth. Yes, I am. I wasn't sure if I was going to. I've been in talks with Fabrico for a while, and things were. I think that their plans were kind of up in the air regarding how they were going to get there and whatnot, but it all seems to have worked out. So, yeah, they were awesome enough to sponsor the trip. So, I will be there. I'll be at the Fabrica booth for like half the day Saturday and half the day Sunday, and then the other time I'll just be wandering around, geeking out, looking at everyone's cool stuff, and you know, saying hi to everybody. So, but yeah, Fabrica's booth is going to be the best place to like very likely find me. So if you can't find me, swing by there. And yeah, I'm not doing any recording. I'm not bringing a camera. I mean, I'll have my cell phone, but I'm just going there to hang out, have a good time, talk to people, see cool printers, see cool things. Like that's what I'm doing. So yeah, Fabrica's booths are always epic. Fabrica, even I think the first show I saw Fabrica's booth at was, and he's like, they've done so much more since then, but it was at Murph like 3 years ago. And even then, it was a much smaller booth than it is now, but it was badass. There was just so many cool printers there. All right, so we've got these on. Install, I can't do that yet. Do we need, why would, I don't think we would need the jig for this at this point. It seems like it would be unnecessary. Install the bed carriage block. Yeah, I can't see why I would need to use that. So we are, you know what, screw it. Let's just put some grease on this. I've got 20 minutes roughly. We can grease this rail. I'm just gonna use the syringe. I've got gloves somewhere, so we need a syringe, and we need, I think I usually just use like little tweezers. Okay, give me one sec, y'all. Get my styrene gloves so I don't get greased up hands the rest of the day. If you don't have gloves, even if you don't resin print, I strongly recommend getting a pack of gloves. If you're in the US, Harbor Freight, the prices have gone up a lot since COVID regarding gloves in general and inflation and all that, but I would highly recommend having just a box. Whoa. I just ordered pen for signatures. Nice. All right, so we're just going to raise camera up. I feel like a doctor. I'm not licensed for anything. I'm not authorized for anything. Are we on manual or on auto? Boop, boop, boop. Once I get grease, and I won't be able to touch the camera. There we go. All right, so all I'm gonna do is get some grease and apply it to the balls. Turn it around. What I did not do is mark which direction this was on the rail. I forgot to do that. Normally I take a Sharpie so that way it goes on the same way, but we will hope for the best. Okay. We have balls popping out. All right, I'm gonna be a little more careful. We have another ball popping out. What is going on today? I don't know if I usually use needle nose pliers or these tweezers. I'm not sure if this is the best thing. Another ball popping out. The good thing is that once you have grease on it, knock on wood, the balls don't usually go very far. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I've cycled through them on that side, so let's add a little bit more grease. You know what I wish we had? I wish we had, grease balls love that, have that problem. I would have told you not to take the carriage off. There's not, oh. Is there plugs? Are those plugs for greasing? It's still difficult to get it through even with those plugs, but I don't like going through the back of the rail. I don't like going through the back of the rail for greasing. My general preference is to apply directly to the bearings. But yeah, these are really enjoying popping out of their sections. Yeah, they're really enjoying popping out. I don't know if I'd recommend doing this. Well, anyone that got batch 2 won't have to even grease them, so that's at least a huge plus. Yeah, these ones are just not wanting to stay in, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate these last ones and I'm gonna get this thing on the rail. Okay, so I'm gonna apply a little bit more grease to this ones that are visible. Usually need more grease for the back door. Yeah, my issue with the syringe is that the end of it, this is pretty thick grease. And so the end of it, yeah, there we go. Just rub it on like that. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to slide this on the rail. Nope. Nope, we had balls pop. I still got them. They're still fine, but I might end up... I'm tempted to... What I'm probably going to do is pause here and get these all back in, and then I'm likely going to print out a jig, or not a jig, but like a dummy rail, because a dummy rail makes it a lot easier to do this. Then I can have like less tolerance and just slide it directly on. Usually, that's the thing, usually when I grease, at least lately, like this, I've got a dummy rail, which is basically just like a plastic, linear rail that doesn't have such tight tolerances, that you slide on first, and then you just slide that, you like push it off as you're installing it. Yeah, I got all the balls back in. Yeah, I think I call it there. So all the balls are back in. Any final thoughts on the Big Eddy coil? I'm hesitating to install mine. I still don't have any updated thoughts, nice. I think that, I don't want to give away info, but I think that I know somebody who, Steve might be playing around with one at some point soon. So I would wait, I would personally potentially wait until you get feedback from him, because I'm curious to see what his experience is like, but it might be a bit, I don't want to give away more info, but yeah. If you're happy with what you've got going on, I would probably wait a little bit to install it. That's all I'm going to say for right now. Okay, so it's greased. I just need to get it on the actual rail. So I'm going to do that before next week's stream. I'm just going to either find a existing print for this size rail, or I'm just going to design one really quickly and print it out, and that'll help me slide it on. But anyone that has batch 2, anyone that's getting a batch 2 or later, they're already going to be greased, so there's no reason to do this. And there are other methods of greasing, like you can use the holes on the side and push through there if you have a decent applicator. Then you can also push a bunch of it through like the back of the rail before you install it into the block, but it requires a serious amount of grease to fully fill the pocket. So I've done this method a bunch of times on machines, and it's always worked out well, which is why I'm doing it. But yeah, for anyone getting one, this is not part of what you'll have to do from batch 2 onward, which is a really nice, like kind of just quality of life for the kit or feature add. So I missed the answer. Nice. Is Steve installing one? It's still not. Man, I wish Steve was here to just say it. So he might be, and that's all I can say. But it'll be a bit based off of what me and him have talked about. So if you're happy with what you've got right now, nice, then I wouldn't do it. If you're not happy with what you got, then it's worth seeing what you think about it. That's kind of what I'd get at, because it'll be based off of our conversation a few months before there's anything. That's all I can say for now. Anyways, I think we're gonna call it here. There's 9 minutes left till we need to end the stream anyway, but I want to have focus with the bearing block. I might try it one more time without the dummy rail, just here. And if the balls are popping off again, then I'll just end up getting the dummy rail and going that route. So thank you everybody for hanging out. Still thinking of the beds, magnets, polarity. Oh. Wait, nice. What? As long as it's like a full magnet and not magnet spots, you'll be fine. It just needs to be a full thing of magnets. PF, thanks Daniel. See you Saturday. Safe travels. Hey, thank you so much PF for 27 months. Let's do, you gotta be wondering what's for dinner. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I will see you Saturday. I don't think I'll have a coffee. I'm sure that I'll wake up, be tired, and the second I see everybody, I'll be like, all right, I'm here. So I hope you have a safe trip as well. And yeah, hopefully things go smoothly with the travel, and I will see you. I'll see you at Earth for 3D Printopia on Saturday. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. It was a good start at the build. The extruder assembly is mostly done. It's done with the initial part of it. We're working on the Z drive. So we'll continue this next week. I don't plan on having any delays. I get back Monday, and then I go back to work Tuesday, then I have Wednesday off. So hopefully Wednesday we'll just kind of pick up where we left off, and we'll be doing the Z, and hopefully we can do a longer stream. It'll be Z column, Z drive, and then bed holder. I'd like to get all that done, at least. So we will see how it goes. All right, everyone. Thanks again for hanging out. Thank you for all of our members, all of our new members, all gifted members, donations, to Polymaker, and just everybody in chat, and also everyone that hit the like button. It definitely supports the stream out, and it's just always appreciated. It lets me know, like, cool, people really liked the stream, or they didn't like the stream so much, or it's nice. Alrighty, take care everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and everybody that is on the southeast of the United States, I hope you are safe, and that, you know, things end up not being as bad as what the weather is currently stating. So, alright all. Cheers, I will see you next time.